Hello and welcome to the Build with Baer Workshop. My name is Pat Baer. I'm here to build a model kit and to hang out with all of you and to just have a good time for like 2 hours because, man, I need it. I'm going to give a shout out to Harold for hosting the stream as always. Thank you, my friend. I'm throwing the Barricade link of the site emote in the chat. I'm going to give an applause for the hosting. Thank you for the hosting. Astrocology's in there. Harold's there. Lashbrook is there. Hi, everybody. The viewer number thing keeps jumping around on my dashboard. I actually don't know how many people are watching right now, but I know a few people are. So if you're if you are a subscriber, you can throw the Barricade link of the site emote in the chat. If you're not currently a subscriber, you could just say hi, and that's cool too. A reminder that if you want to renew your subscription, this is the night to do it because I'm mailing out something later this week to a subscriber. This is the monthly giveaway, and I will be giving away 2 Lego sets that I built on stream a long time ago. I will be giving away the Lego Hover Tank and the Lego A-Wing. Those are 2 kits that I built in the past. They're already assembled. But here's the thing that's kind of neat of an idea, I think, is that I can send you Lego sets and then you can disassemble them and build them yourself. So then you get Lego to build, and that might be fun in our social isolation that we're doing here. Maybe that'll be a cool thing. And as my thank you to all of you. And if you're saying, Pat, I don't want you to go to the post office, understand I have to go to the post office this week anyway. So if I'm already going to the post office, which I don't want to do, but if I'm already going, I might as well mail something out to a subscriber as a thank you. And we'll continue with our monthly thing. Also, these 2 Lego kits, I tried to send these out last year in March of last year. So a year ago, I tried to send these out. The subscriber had sent me an address that was incorrect, so it came back, and then they sent me a correct address. But then that PO box ended up being full, so it came back again, and then they weren't a subscriber anymore. And so I've just been sitting on it, kind of hoping they would come back and we'd work something out because they did win it that month. But since they didn't, I'm just going to send them out this month. Also, they're already packaged and ready to sit out. Hi, Lord Crashington. Welcome, welcome. So I was like, I'll do that. We're working on a cool kit. This is Luna Maria Hawk's custom Zaku Warrior, the Gunner Zaku Warrior. This kit came out last year. It's a 2019 kit. It is from Gundam Seed Destiny. It is one of the coolest Zakus. The weapons are awesome. Because it is her custom one, it has got that beautiful red. Yes, astrology. Yes, destiny indeed. So there's one thing about this kit I don't love. I love the 2 different reds. I'll show them here. We'll look at the overhead too. The main body red, the support deeper red, cherry, almost maroon, I guess. Beautiful. There's some pink in this kit, and I don't love the pink in the kit. I don't love it. It's an accent, right? And I think that these pieces could be white. You'll see the most common ones are on the skirt there. And I think that, we'll look at the overhead too. There's pink right there. You can see it's different from the white. I think those should be white because I think it's just because it's a custom for a lady, so we should put pink in it. You know? We don't have a lot of kits out. Look, are there a lot of mobile suit pilots who who identify as female? Not particularly. In a major role. Hi Jam. Welcome. Do a lot of those ladies? Have we built a lot of kits on this stream? Not really. And the Noble Gundam, which on one hand is from G Gundam, is a sailor and is pretty cool. So the Epion is mostly maroon. there's not really any pink on the Epion. The Epion is like mostly maroon with a little bit of red. I'm just saying, and we'll go to the overhead so we can look at this. I'm just saying that like there's not a lot of pink. You can see it's mostly going to be on the skirt with little accents here and there. But just like I think that the pink that's right here could be white and it would go with everything else and it would balance it out way more. Also, hi, Solf, welcome. It just feels, it just doesn't feel right. It just doesn't feel like it feels, I don't know. I don't feel great about it. But I think it's still going to be a great kit. Yeah. Um, but you know, like, even if it was white, if it was the deep red, this maroon we're getting, it's just like it's fine. I just don't love it as much as it is the thing about this kit that I don't enjoy. I think the weapons are great. I think the backpack is awesome. I love the shield. I think it in the show it is a great kit. And really interesting and fun to watch. Move around. I think Luna Maria, I should say. Cool character. So like, there's things to like about this kit. This is a kit that I have been since it was announced. I have been eyeing it. It came out in 2019, and it was on my wish list for a while, and then eventually I picked it up. I'm going to retweet that we're going to get going with the stream building portion, and then we'll get going on the building portion. And yeah. So hi, we're going to get started on this kit, and I'm going to talk to you about things. And I have some things to say. Specifically, my roommate is not my roommate anymore. He moved out yesterday, spent Saturday and then Sunday basically cleaning out his room, taking all his stuff. He left his bed and his bed frame, and he left his desk and his chair. I am probably going to steal his chair because it is better than mine. So I'm probably going to steal that and then make my chair, the chair just in the living room, just like a comfy chair in the living room, and probably use that. I have to see. I think that's going to happen. I spent the day cleaning up because he did not do the best job of cleaning up after himself. A lot of dirt and dust. Like, hey, bud, you gotta move the bed from the wall. You gotta move the desk from where it's been to clean underneath the legs of the desk. You gotta do that stuff when you move out of a place. That didn't happen. So I gotta figure that stuff out because I'm waiting till the 1st to list it because people are scrambling to try to find people for the end of the month and that kind of thing. I'm sure things are tight and weird. So I want to list it. I'm basically going to be saying May 1st, April 15th, if you'd like, and kind of do that and prorate, but keep on the month schedule. And yeah, I think that's what we're going to do. I am, I'll admit this, folks, friends, kind of nervous about it. This is, finding a roommate is never an easy thing with a room for rent. It's never the easiest thing in the world to do. Right now, specifically, a weird time to be looking for a roommate to fill a room in an apartment. It's a weird time to be doing that. To be like, hey, yeah, weird time to be looking for roommates to Lord Crash. Yeah, it really fucking is. Like, I'm gonna be posting on places. I'm gonna be putting. I'll be shooting some video on my phone of the apartment. I'll be taking lots of photos because I imagine people will want to talk and chat way more then they would like to go see a place in person. Um, Also, a lot of people are clearly worried about their own finances uh, and worried about being able to make rent, which is a thing that, like if it had been a couple months ago, I probably wouldn't talk to somebody who was like, hey, I'm waiting for unemployment to see if I qualify while I try to figure out my next step. Like, I would say, oh, cool. Well, how long do you think you can pay rent without a job? Like, what's your savings like? And now I'd be like, yeah, I get it. I'm not saying that I wouldn't be understanding of people's plights, but, what I don't want to do is have not be able to pay their share of the rent. As it is, I'm not in the best situation, clearly, understandably. So I have to like look out for myself and look out for that part of the situation. Um, it's a weird time. I hold no ill will towards my now former roommate. He was choosing to be with his girlfriend since basically people started working from home, uh, and was paying rent and not being here. He certainly, I'm glad he didn't. He certainly could have at least attempted to just move out and not pay his portion of, he paid his rent for a month where he's not living there. He didn't even like, you know, I think it would have been weird if he had tried to pull off some kind of shenanigans, but he didn't try to pull off shenanigans, which I appreciate. Uh, but yeah, that is a thing that I'm like, if I cough tonight, know it's because of dust. It is because of me doing a lot of cleaning in a room. But I will say this. Uh, it's a weird thing to be in. So when I first moved into the apartment that I live in, I lived in that bedroom. Um, and then about a month or two later, my roommate moved out, and I took over her bedroom. So which worked out great for me. So I lived in that room, but only for like a month and a half, and now multiple people have lived in that bedroom since. But I still remember living in that room, and so it is a weird thing to like walk in there and have it be virtually empty, uh, and just be like seeing what's up and just standing in there like I was cleaning and being in there and like as I said, I've gotten a kind of used to the idea that I've been living alone for most of March, a good portion of March. So that's not the thing that's weird, but it is weird that like I was just in there, like it's my apartment, but it's not my room. So that was an odd thing. It was that was a weird moment, or a weird realization that I could just go in there if I want, and I'll be going in there. I painted it before he moved in, which was about 5 years ago. So theoretically, in another world, I would paint it again, but it actually looks good. Cleaning has to happen, but it otherwise looks pretty great, and presentable as a room. Uh, I am contemplating just getting rid of his mattress and bed frame because I don't think it's a sellable feature. I think his desk is really nice, but his bed frame and the mattress aren't great, and I don't know if they would be like us. But here's the thing. Maybe it is a selling point, being like, "Hey, if you need a place to live, move in here. I got a bed for you. You don't even have to find a bed." It's a saying that it is a furnished room might like be great, or I guess what I can say is like, hey, I've got this, and then I'm willing to dispose of them if you want to move in your own stuff. Like I'm thinking I keep it, although I have to stage it because it's like I said, Not a great bed. Uh, so I don't know. Um, the roommate I had before my now former roommate um, was a real weirdo, and she uh, okay, she wasn't weird, but she did make certain. She had expectations of my behavior that I did not fully expect, and I had no idea what was going to happen. No, I'm trying to be polite about this. Uh, some people are like, "Hey, dirty, welcome." So when you have roommate situations, right? Like people are adjusting, people have like their kind of like things and whatever, and they make certain assumptions on you, right? Like as much as I said, like I work at night, I don't think people ever fully understand that when I say I work at night, when I work in theaters, that means I'm getting in after midnight. So I'm a big dude. I open the front door. I come in the room. The floor moves a little bit because I'm walking on it. And at night I was trying to be quiet and go to my room. Well, here's the thing I didn't know about my roommate, a former roommate from now, 5.5 years ago. Well, she decided she was going to start sleeping on the floor in her room, on a mat, and that's her right and her choice, and good for her. But it meant that when I came in at night, it woke her up because the floor vibrated with my movement enough to wake her up. And if she had been in a bed, elevated, it probably wouldn't have bothered her at all. But so she was just like, eventually she was like, "Hey, we need to talk about how loud you are." And I was like, "Oh, I thought I was being quiet. I'm so sorry." Uh, and then she was like, Harold's throwing the emotes in there. Appreciate that, Harold. And she was like, "Yeah, it's like I'm sleeping on the floor." And I'm like, "Oh, I didn't know that." She goes, "Oh, I didn't tell you. Yeah, I got rid of the bed I moved in with, and I've been sleeping on the floor on a mat. So it vibrates." And I was like, "Oh, cool. Oh, so when I get up the stairs, I'll take my shoes off before I enter the apartment. That should help out a lot, right?" And she went, "Oh, yeah, that would be great." And here's the thing. Harold just won $118 in HQ. That's right, folks. HQ Trivia is back. Congratulations, Harold. I'm going to give you the old applause in there. That's bad. Congratulations, Harold, on that stunning victory. My thing is this. I understand passive-aggressive behavior. I get it. Oh, there's a decimal. Harold won $1.18. You missed the decimal point. You won $1.18, not $118. Harold, you're right. And Astrology, thanks for catching that. Yes, HQ is back. With the guy who was hosting one of the main hosts, and it's back because it's the perfect time for it to be back because people are on their phones and looking for distractions, I guess. I don't know. But it's back. Harold, I did miss that. Congratulations on winning your $1.18, though. I know that sounds condescending, and it's not. Congratulations. But speaking of, yeah, that was the big thing that I always thought, right? Like, I understand that people don't want to be confrontational. They don't want to confront people. They don't want to deal with that stuff. I get that. But in a living situation, the two things that I try to go by in a living situation, is this. My roommate is not doing this to make me mad. If I am upset by their behavior, it is because they do not know that I am upset by this behavior. If you can keep that in, and two, I do not have to like them. I just have to live with them. Those are my big things. Those are my big takeaways as far as living with a lot of different people as I have in the past and having a roommate and dealing with all of that is the big thing to remind yourself is that your roommate is not doing this out of spite. They are not doing this to make you bad. Even if they are, thinking that they're not doing that they're doing it for other selfish reasons, they're not thinking about you, can just make everything easier. Your roommate is leaving their towel in the on top of the shower for hours and never putting it away. That's just how they did it in their apartment or their house. Even if you have to keep moving their towel and they don't notice that you're the one moving the towel, they're not doing that out of spite. You always put all your food on the top shelf of the fridge, and sometimes they put stuff on the top shelf of the fridge, but that's where you put food. But they're not doing that to get you. They're doing that because they don't know it bothers you to just put food wherever. They don't ever put out recycling or buy toiletries or this or that or whatever. They always seem to go to the bathroom and take a shower right when it's time for you to leave for work, because they do not know when you leave for work, and they don't notice that it's the same time, and they aren't thinking about that, and they're not doing it to fuck up your day or to be malicious. You haven't spoken out loud, hey, just so you know, 3 days a week, I need to leave here at 6, so I would love to be able to have the bathroom at 5:30. Because you have not said that out loud. Now, if you have said that stuff, if it is a pattern of behavior where you have identified your wants and needs and they have chosen to ignore those things, that's a different issue. But a big thing that I have learned that has helped me over the years of figuring out how to live with people is recognizing that I grew up in a passive-aggressive household, and I did not realize how fucking passive-aggressive we were. I had no idea how bad it was in my house, and how the communication was not a product of the environment. Proper communication. I did not realize that we had such issues until I started living people and recognizing pattern of behavior both in myself and in my roommates. An example I will always give is someone moved out because of a karaoke video game. And I'll now further explain that. This is a roommate situation. Someone's on the lease, 2 of us are subletting. We all know each other kind of well, but not super well. It's about 3 months in, and it's one of our folks' birthday. And she throws a birthday party and invites people over and mentions this to us, and we say, sure, that sounds rad, cool. Do you want to stay? Are we, we're invited? Oh, great. I'm working. I'll be there late. My other roommate's going to be there. No problem. My roommate, who is the guest at their own apartment to the birthday party, decides they are going to purchase a karaoke video game, SingStar, because there's a PlayStation 2 in the apartment and people are coming over and it'll be a fun activity. It's a fun gift. Here's a video game. I know you play video games. Here's a karaoke game. We can all play this. Now, my roommate, who's throwing the party, whose birthday it is, hates this. Not the gift, hates the idea that my other roommate who bought the gift, is trying to take over her party. And because she has planned out the activities for her own party, it's her party. And so she is very mad about this. She doesn't say anything. She doesn't check in about it. She doesn't tell anybody. She's just been seething for months and then moves out. Halfway through the month, just moves out. And her reasoning when I'm talking to her, trying to find out what happened, is, Well, this happened, and then at that point, I was just done living here. And I was like, you understand that our roommate who bought this gift didn't do this to take over your party. And she's like, I don't know that for sure. I'm like, yes, you do. You do know that. You know that. Also, did you say, I wish you hadn't done this? No. Now, for our roommate who bought this gift, maybe he would have known, maybe he could have known, hey, our roommate is very particular because of every other conversation we ever had with her. We would have known that she plans things down to the minute and she likes being in charge of things and she likes running things and that's what makes her happy. And the idea of coming up with a plan for her own birthday party was probably the wrong choice for her. Yeah, he could have said like, "Hey, I'm thinking of getting this for the party. Would that be cool?" Certainly. I also believe that if she had said, I don't want to do that. I have ideas. He would have been like, "Oh, cool, no problem. Next time I throw a party, we'll use it." Instead, she was just mad the whole time. And then also exhibited passive aggressive behavior in other ways, to which my roommate would just do whatever he wanted. And no one would talk about it, except for me, because I don't let things lie. I force the issue constantly. If I had known that she was mad about the birthday thing, I would have brought it up in order to squash that thing, because they were both fine enough roommates, and I don't need this drama and bullshit in my life. Because honestly, my least favorite thing, and it sucks because I'm about to deal with it, is finding a new roommate. I hate finding a roommate. I do a pretty good job of adjusting to bullshit, but a bullshit thing that I am not great at is making my life work with a new roommate, especially considering that I am just home all day. And just hoping that my new roommate, whoever moves in, isn't really annoying or, you know, fucking, I don't know. There's a bunch of different reasons, there's a ton of things that could go bad where they became a perfectly great roommate except for under quarantine. Uh, and yeah. Uh, I have not had the experience of making a roommate really upset during a lockdown because, as I said, my now former roommate wasn't staying here during it. So I can't, say, oh, well, here are my pro tips for dealing with someone you're not, in a relationship with during the quarantine. I'm sure plenty of other folks are dealing with stuff like this constantly. So there's a little bit of, so you can see here a little bit of we got the dark red and the black and the pink. There's not much pink in this kit, but I don't like it. And we'll see the contrast with this dark red. I kind of wish this was white, but, as I said, it's not the end of the world. It's just a little frustrating. This is coming together pretty fast and pretty loose. How's everybody doing out there? I should check in. I know that my dealings right now are just bracing for the inevitable annoyance of finding a new roommate. But how y'all doing out there? Chat has been pretty chill tonight, but I hope you're all doing fine. Thanks to everybody who's here. We got a good crew for a Monday, and I'm happy to have you here. Area. I just built this like 2 weeks ago. Nice. Yeah, this was a kit that I've been kind of keeping my eye on for a while, and I'm really looking forward to it. It's already been a great little kit to build. As far as master grades go, it seems pretty straightforward. But I love a good red Zaku. I just think it's a cool looking kit. Um, Excited to keep working on it. Lord Stockton, hi Lord Stockton. Halfway through moving back to LA for a new job, so tired. Well, Lord Stockton, congrats on the new job. Sorry you're having to move now or ever. But I hope you can get some rest, and I hope things work out great for you. Happy to have you here in chat as always. Um, but yeah, it's a rough time for everybody, and uh, let's see. Oh, Dirty had my annual physical this morning, and I'm in tip-top shape for a fat man with lung issues. Well, Dirty, yeah, I got a few people in my life that have pre-existing lung stuff, and we're keeping an eye on them, keeping track of them. Um, Positive thoughts and trying to take care of yourself. I did another uh, food run where I brought food to some neighbors that I don't really know, but my landlord knows them pretty well. Where they cooked some food up and had me bring it over because they are immune compromised, on top of being uh, elderly folks. So we brought over some food and some containers for them, which is a small little thing, but I'm happy to be able to do it. Uh, and just a good reason to go outside. So now we can see the contrast between the dark red and the. My overhead is a little darker than I would like right now. I'm still been tweaking the lighting a bit. I think I was going too far before, so it is a little darker than I would like down here. But you can definitely see, and maybe in this one you can see the difference here between the two reds. I really like this cherry red and this like almost maroon. I think they're both really nice colors. Uh, I have not downloaded the Retro Crush app yet. I don't think it's actually on right now. I know the web interface isn't working. But folks that are anime fans, classic anime, I only know Retro Crush as a YouTube channel, and I thought it was one of those bullshit YouTube channels that just showed clips of old things that maybe people didn't have copyrights for, of just like a collection, and then they want to sell you T-shirts. I didn't realize that it was going to be a thing. So they made the public announcement last week, and I believe the app is available. I don't know if there's any content on the app, but I know it's out. And like I said, I did not know that it was going to be a thing, but it's going to be mostly retro anime, Retro Crush. I believe it'll be dubs and subs, and a lot of old dubs. And the lineup looked pretty good. It seems to be free, so I don't know if they're going to be pay for better quality or if they're going to be ad driven or what. But that was a big anime announcement today, and probably good timing, um, as there isn't a lot of stuff out there. I'll be checking it out, and I'll have a report for you on Thursday, along with some new anime, because new anime is coming. We are hours away from new anime, so we finally be able to talk about some new stuff. Not a lot of new stuff is coming out immediately. All right, so we got one of our only stickers here that we'll be applying right now, which is the eye sticker for our Zaku, because we're working on the head right now. So we will just apply the sticker. Try to use my X-Acto knife and pinch and slide it up. Yep, great. Got the eye sticker there. And then we will find where the eye goes. Apply that before we put on there. But yeah, I literally all of my Monday shows ended and my Sunday shows ended last week. So for this week I was like, oh, I don't have anything new to watch. I do have one new thing that came out. It actually came out over the weekend. I didn't notice it come out. The third OAD, which came with the Blu-rays in Japan, for that time I got Reincarnated Slime came out, and I'll talk about that later. I wish I had known it was, or I knew it was coming out, but I wish I had covered it in the video that I put out for Pat Bear's Anime Club, which came out today. The new Pat Bear's Anime Club, which is about OVAs and OADs and movies for shows, and kind of like I talk about like 4 shows and do the OADs like ruin the show or work for the show, and talking about like how I think the OADs or OVAs for Is It Wrong to Try to Pick Up Girls in a Dungeon? A show that's like pretty fun, pretty good. actively makes that show worse because they are really bad. Uh, they're like very terrible shows, or the episodes are really bad. Whereas some shows are pretty good out there. There's some good stuff out there. Reference one that I think is awesome, and uh, yeah, we'll talk about that. Talk about a old show that I watched on random. Uh, yeah, yes, Lashbrook. I believe that they don't have a browser interface yet. They're launching more as an app, and then the browser is coming. I believe the IGN article said that. I believe that to be true. But right now, I think they want you to be an app. They want you to use an app first. I don't know. I didn't look. I didn't peruse it that well. I'll admit. So this doesn't have like an eye movement gimmick, which some Zaku's have the eye gimmick. This does not have that gimmick. It's not going to slide around and move. The eye doesn't move around, as far as I know. But all right. Actually, we will put this up in the helmet first. For a master grade, this head isn't a lot of pieces. I'll say that about this master grade. There's some pretty good details in there, but I would say that the head is less detailed than most master grades that I've built recently, even for 2019. So if you really like a lot of details, of course, as also there's not a lot of details to have in it. They could have done this helmet in a bunch of different pieces, I guess, but yeah, there's not a lot to this head, which I'm fine with. I think that's okay. Also, I've been watching some. I got some comfort anime going, and we'll talk about that in the coming second hour. I can show off that this does have a hatch for the cockpit, which I like a lot. There's a little hatch there that pops open, so you can put your pilot in there. You can see that in my camera. A little hatch there. Works out pretty great. Try this a little bit here. Brighten up this a little bit. There, that's better. Let's see. Yeah, I'll admit I haven't investigated. Does it come with a pilot? Yes, Lashbrook. We've got our little Luna Marie is in here. She is sitting in here. She is all very hard to see, but she is in there, way in there. And then it does come with the 4 scale stand version of her right there. But yeah, she is sitting in there. That is a step of the kit. All right, let's see. Just gonna check this thing out here. Cool. Yeah, like I said, I went out today to deliver some food, and that was good to get out. When I have gone out lately, if I've gone out, it has been in the evenings. So to go out during the day felt kind of weird. I also got eggs while I was out because my local grocery stores eggs have been low on the list of things to get restocked. And I like an off-brand of egg beaters. I like to do liquid eggs, just the egg whites. That when I found them, they were almost double their normal price, which I understand, but didn't want to do. So I just bought a dozen eggs, and I'm gonna make eggs the old-fashioned way. Just fine. But I haven't done it that style in quite a bit. So I'm gonna have to remind myself how to crack eggs. Hell yeah, doing it up like that. Do what you gotta do. If that's my big issue with cooking and having food is, oh man, my eggs aren't the way I like my eggs, or I gotta cook this thing this way. Like that's fine. I'm totally okay with that. Let's see. Is there anything else going on? It's like I finished the Control DLC. It's good. If you have a PS4 or a PC, it's not out. The Xbox version is not out yet. It's good. I recommend it. The Control rules, and I think that it's a. I think the checkpointing is better than it's been. It's still not great. It's still a knock against the game. Uh, in general, sometimes it is bad, but I think it plays very well. It looks great, and is a pretty dang interesting story. It's more plot, which I like. Yeah, I've been playing a lot of that, and I've been going back to um, my playthrough of Doom 2016, and my replay of that has been going pretty well. There are some sections I forget, like where enemies are from the last time I played, so it's been kind of fun revisiting that. I think my next game revisit when that is done is I'd like to go back to Yakuza 0 and play that again. I'm thinking that's probably going to be my next replay game. Of course, also Hearthstone, new a week from tomorrow, a new expansion of Hearthstone comes out, and it changes a bunch of the meta and their new cards, and that's going to be a whole thing, and I will have fun playing that. Um, Reminder, this Wednesday, 2 nights from now at 8 p.m. Eastern, I will be playing Jackbox games with chat, so please come hang out for that. Hello, Mr. Bob. Welcome. Happy to have you here, as always, my friend. But yeah, I'm going to play some Jackbox games. We haven't done that in a while, so that'll be on Wednesday. So please come to that starting at 8 p.m. Eastern for like 2 hours or so. We'll play a bunch of different games. We'll do rap battle stuff. We'll do joke boat. We'll probably play Quiplash. Like hit a bunch of the hits. I may or may not have people on a Discord call. I'm trying to set that up with some people. I don't know if we're going to do that because that was really fun with the wrestling show, which that won't be until April, but I will be doing another one of those. I'm trying to figure out a day and time to allow for folks that have kids and can't stream in the evenings that have to do afternoon streams. So I'm probably going to do an afternoon stream at some point with some parents, parents of mine, and do that wrestling thing again. And theoretically, maybe also have an actual independent wrestler come and play with us. Situation pending. Also, a thing that I realized, I'm pretty open about a bunch of stuff. I'll talk about this. I wasn't really, I was following chat, but I wasn't doing as good a job as I normally do as keeping an eye on chat. So I do think that if a certain person who has said they had interest in doing the stream with me actually wants to do it, I'm probably going to have to deputize a mod or two. So that is something I'm going to think about. I got some time to do that because just because I am attempting to confirm someone that has a way larger than I do internet following, and sometimes people have fans or non-fans, that follow them that are not awesome. And I've been very lucky. I think the folks that came in because of Jacob or because of Ian or because of Tom, first off, a lot of those folks already know me. And some of the people that didn't know me, know them, came in, were happy to be here and were pretty cool during it. Which was nice. But that's not always going to be the case. Sometimes you're going to get jerks. And if I'm not there to keep an eye on chat as much, then I'm probably going to need a little help doing that. Also, I'm looking if I do another wrestling thing, which I definitely want to do. would be to have more people involved, and so I'm not improvising as much as I did on that one. It was still really fun though, so I still would do some of it, but I could take a little bit more of a back seat. I don't know. Like I said, figuring it all out. Had a great time doing that. So I hope that folks can join me for Jackbox on Wednesday, because I haven't played Jackbox in a while, and it's a good time. But yeah, I've been thinking I might uh, share my screen in Discord and start a group thing and then invite people into that that I know from various fields to be like, oh, hey, come hang out in this Discord. I think, yeah, that could be fun. Harold just redeemed 600 Bear Cave points to play the soundboard. Harold, here's some soundboard for you. Thank you very much for using those channel points. Still haven't figured out anything better than that for channel points. Someday I will think of something that's a little more lively. But getting that, because also, I answer questions that people ask all the time anyway. So that's not the best. And then, hee-haw, indeed. Gotta give the people what they want. And I've got to put on this. Figure out where this goes. We're working on the arms here. This could be a bit more descriptive of how these connect. I would say they don't do the best job of telling you where all this lines up and how to do this. Say, not necessarily the best job. Harold's going to ask a question. What is your smallest regret? Ooh. I wish I had had a salad for dinner tonight. A side salad along with my main meal. Just thinking about it, that would have been nice. I should have made a salad. Thank you for asking that, Harold. My smallest regret. It's like my meal was good. Here's the thing. My main course was cauliflower cauliflower mashed potatoes, with green beans and pork, diced up pork. So I already had two different kinds of vegetables between the cauliflower and the green beans. So I don't really need to do a side salad beyond that, but I could have gone heavy on the vegetables today to make up for shenanigans that'll come later in the week, I'm sure. But, you do what you can. I was just like, I don't think I want to have a salad with all this. I'm already having so many vegetables. So I didn't. And I sort of regret it. But I won't probably think about it tomorrow when I have a salad. Okay. Working on our arms. Now we got to add 9 and 10. We will take a pause for the cause in a moment or two. In which case, we will talk about ways you can support the stream. I will announce which subscriber has won 2 Lego sets. If you missed that, what happens once a month at the very last build stream of the month, I use a random number generator to draw a name of one of my subscribers. And that is a subscriber that has not won in the past. So it is somebody who has not won in the past will win. And then I will send them a model kit or a Lego set, or sometimes a couple Lego sets, sometimes a couple model kits, whatever it is. I will mail those things out to them. Um, and now I wondered, well, am I going to keep doing that in light of current events? But in reality, I do have to go to the post office this week anyway for an unrelated thing. So if I'm going, it'll be nice to be able to send people uh, two Lego sets. The Lego Star Wars, they're both Star Wars Lego sets, the Hover Tank and the A-Wing. So I get to send out two Lego sets, and they're already built. But if you wanted to, you could disassemble them and then build them yourself. And then I'm giving you an activity. So either I'm giving you a fun thing to throw on a shelf, or I'm giving you something to do in these trying times. And as I said, I still have to go to the post office this week anyway. I might as well mail something fun. So we'll be doing that in a couple of minutes when we take a pause for the cause. I think that'll turn out pretty cool. Put this here. All right, just trying to line these up properly. Uh, did you see Jan showing off the Lego set he got? No, Lashberg, I missed that. I didn't see all of Giant Bomb's stuff. I haven't seen all of their things. I'll have to check that out. Did watch a bunch of Abby today in her Sims thing. Ooh, it's pretty good movement on this. Let's check that out. Pretty good movement on the arms here. Pretty good range of movement. But yeah, no, I missed that. I did see, if you saw the end of Vinny Caravello's stream of his, the many terrible shooting games that he played, he did go through his box of old Gundams. His box that he hasn't really worked on since they moved. He's been moving house with them. And that was really fun to just check out some old Gundams and be like, you should work on those. Be fun. The idea of old dusty Gundams. I'm not against the idea of seeing those get a fresh coat, get a little cleaned up. Good panel lighting though, I will say, Vinny, very good panel lines. That is not a skill, not a thing I have done much of at all, ever. But it was nice to see his work. I've been seeing people, uh, too mellow out there on the internet. Worked on his second kit ever, and that's rad. Congrats to him for doing that. I know people have been picking up Lego sets that haven't done Lego in a while, and that's rad as hell. Very happy that people uh, are working on stuff, trying things out, finding entertainment in this weird time. I hope they stick with the hobby and enjoy it. As always, folks, if you're working on projects, you can post photos in the Discord that I have. I'll link that when we take the pause for the cause in a moment or two. I'm going to get a little more work done on these shoulder pieces here, and then we'll continue on. But yeah, I always like seeing the work y'all are doing. And you can always tweet at me if you don't want to be in the Discord, if you're not a Discord person, or you just don't, just can't join another one. You know, send me a photo on Twitter, twitter.com/PatBaer. I love seeing folks work. So if you're working on any projects, send them my way. If you're building stuff, putting things together, taking things apart, trying to that was always the joke I had for me. One of the jokes I had in case, like, well, I ran out of stuff to build on stream. If that ever came up, I would just take apart some Lego a Lego set I built like 2 years ago and rebuild it. That is not I've not done that. I've not pulled the trigger on that, but it's always a an option, a Hail Mary, as it were. Uh, Lastbrook says I haven't built in a while, but them advertising all the new B band. Oh God, the P Bandais. Lastbrook, I love that Tall Geese 2 real grade. Looks so good. Oh, it looks so good. I don't got the money for that. It looks so good. Oh, that's a kit that I'll end up, I was like, oh, I'll probably end up buying that at the end of the year. But, oh man, it looks so nice. Oh, that Tall Geese 2 real grade is so good looking. I want it so bad. Ugh. Uh, I'm never one for like, oh, it's a new coating. Like the new God Gundam thing, like that doesn't do anything for me. It's the same kit with just the plastic is different. It looks a little different. Like that never really does it for me. But like a well done real grade of a Gundam wing kit, especially the Tall Geese. Like obviously I love the Tall Geese 3 more than Tall Geese 2. Like duh, of course. But I still love the Tall Geese too. It's still the gentleman's mobile suit. And its colors are still striking as hell and cool looking and great. It's still a great mobile suit. Uh, but I'm like, nope, can't do it. Gotta worry about other things. Luckily for me, I have this master grade. I have the Freedom version 2 master grade to build, and I have 2 high grades. So I have some stuff to build for a while. I am not stressed out about that. I do have things to build, which is good because, want to have stuff to work on for y'all to watch me do, and because it is still really fun and cool, and I love it very much. So when I get to build stuff, I'm having a great time and so happy I get to do it. All right, so this is going to be the right arm, and this will be the left arm. So I'll do this first, and then... All right, folks, let's take a pause for the cause. If you're new to the channel, what's going to happen right now is I'm going to tell you ways you can support the channel if you're so inclined. You're under no obligation to do so. Being here, chatting, not chatting, watching, commentating when you want to, totally acceptable and great and wonderful, and I love it so much. But if you would like to become a subscriber, that would be awesome. You can throw the Bear Cave, the Lego, the site, the emote in the chat right now if you're currently a subscriber. Let the people know. If you have Amazon, you can link your Amazon with Twitch and have Twitch Prime, and you get a token you can use. It's like cash, but it's not cash. That is a way to support the channel if you wanted to. You're under no obligation to do so. You don't have to do anything. Watching is great. I love it when people want to chat. Ig's here. Hi, Ig. Welcome. It means the world to me that you are choosing to spend some of your time here with me. So we'll get through the pause for the cause really fast and get back to building this kit in just a moment or two. But I do want to take the opportunity to talk a little bit about ways you can support the channel. Now, if you wanted to join my Patreon, I would say wait until Wednesday when it's a new month. But if you really wanted to join today, you could join today. And I'm going to hit up the Nightbot command. All of the stuff all the links I'm going to be giving you right now are all available in the show description on the YouTube archive of this stream, or right now when I put them in there. But yeah, I do have a Patreon, and you could join my Patreon if you were so inclined. There's $1, $3, $5, and $10 tiers. There are pros and cons to each one. $5 on Patreon, I do get more of the $5 than I would here on Twitch, but they're cool emotes here. And so, like, there are pros and cons, and I get that. $1 there is, you don't get anything on Twitch, but, if you don't want to spend that much money a month, you're more than welcome to do that. So that is an option. If you wanted to donate some money and have me buy model kits to build on the stream, or Lego sets, or Mega Constructs, or Papercraft kits, you could donate to Coffee, or Streamlabs, or PayPal. And anything that goes from there during the streams, anytime anyone donates during the streams, that goes to me buying kits and equipment. So that is a cool thing you could do if you're so interested in doing. Um, because once I build a model kit, it's done. I do have an Amazon wish list. We'll talk about that very briefly. Again, if you're just tuning in, we're going through the pause for the cause. We'll get back to building in a minute, but this is the part of the show where I just talk about some ways you can support the stream. Some model kits. A lot of model kits are still in stock. Some things have price drops on them. Some don't. A lot of the Lego right now seems to be not available for Prime and having weird options. But there's a bunch of kits, varying sizes there. There's some high grades. There's some real grades. There's some master grades. Bunch of different things. I'm still looking at that. I might end up just buying it next month for myself. The Build Divers Re-Rise weird. It's like a dragon thing. It's like a dragon mobile suit thing. I don't know anything about it except it looks kind of neat, and I'm just picking that up for myself. Um, if you were like, oh Pat, I don't want you to buy anything on Amazon. I don't want to buy anything on Amazon. Well, USA Gundam Store is still shipping, and you could buy a gift card there if you were interested in doing that. And then you would whisper me here on Twitch or send me a DM on Twitter, and I'd buy it through the USA Gundam Store. That's another option. And I would buy a model kit from them. I have a Discord. Join my Discord. I post photos after every stream of what I've been working on. People post photos all the time as well. That is a cool thing you can do, is joining the Discord. Let's see. Got that. I'm going to drink some water here right now, and then I'm going to link to a couple of videos I made. Every Wednesday, I do a new video in the wonderful world of Baering the List, which is I use lists made on Tier Maker and rank things. Now, the past 2 weeks, I have done Gundam Wing content, including this one here. Next week is not that. It is different. Next one, which comes out this Wednesday, is food related, and it is a thing that I have not been eating while I have been under quarantine, and I miss it. So I made a whole video about it, and that's coming up on Wednesday. And then a new video that came out today. If you missed it, if you're looking for content tonight after the stream is over, open this in a new tab, pause it, and save it for later. It's Pat Baer's Anime Club. I talk about 4 shows and their OVAs, and did the OVAs or movies or bonus content kind of ruin the shows, or are they continuations of it? Are they good or bad or just whatever? Most OVAs are just whatever, trending towards a little bit too much TNA because they're on the Blu-ray and they're enticing you to buy the Blu-ray. Sometimes they actually serve a purpose and continue the story. I talk about one where the OVA is fucking great, weirdly. And I will say, as we get back into building, after we do our winner for the Lego giveaway, there's one. I'm going to talk about a show that the third OAD came out, and I just watched it last night, and maybe I would have included it in the video had I watched it before I recorded the video, which I had not. All right, so we will talk about anime in a second, but now it's time I have to go in here. I have to do a thing. It takes a second. Don't worry about it. I just have to go into my community tab here, insights. Got to go to my analytics, and I got to download the name, all of the subscribers. I'm now downloading an Excel sheet that has all of you wonderful folks who are subscribers. Now this includes people that have uh, that are subscribers that have been gifted subs. This includes folks that have use Twitch Prime. This is all subscribers, um, and it also includes people that don't watch live that often. There are a few of you out there that subscribe every month but don't watch it. Don't tune into a stream all that often. Uh, so I am going to add this into a random number thing, and we will hit that. And the only time I'm going to hit redo is if you have already previously won. So I will cross-reference. All right, nope. Sorry about that. You won literally last month, so can't have that. So we'll hit again, and nope, you have won before, so we can't do that. Oh, I'm gonna cross-reference here to see if you have won. We'll check the list here. You have not won. All right. Well, congratulations to Silver Streak. Silver Streak, you have won this month's giveaway. Silver underscore streak. I don't know if you're here now, but it doesn't matter. You don't have to be present to win. And I will be sending you a message after the stream is over. But congratulations to Silver Streak. You are our winner for the month. And you win 2 Lego sets. You win the Star Wars Lego Hover Tank and the Star Wars Lego A-Wing. It's a pretty cool, two cool kits. So congratulations for that. All right, let's get back to building. We're back to building, and I'm going to talk about anime. This is the anime I talked about. Only one of these things is current. I hit random, so we'll talk about a show that I got randomly. What set of clippers do you use to get pieces off the runners? Asked John. So, John, these are not, I would not necessarily recommend. These are Bonefu tools, Boenfu tools. These snipper clips, I would say, John just subscribed for 2 months. Thank you so much. Let's hit the applause. So I will say, my number one thing that I'm looking for, John, is I want to have one flat edge here, right? So you can see one's convex and one's concave, one's pretty flat, so I can really get in there. I am not looking for a lot of tension in my snipper clips. Now, the God shears, the ones that have one blade there that's just pinching, these are pinching it, where the other ones are shear cutting it. Obviously, those are better than what I'm doing here. But really what I'm looking for is, you can see there's not a lot of tension in this, because I want to control how much tension I'm giving here. I don't want to cut through the piece accidentally, or I don't want to put too much pressure on there. These are light, they're lightweight, they're easy to use. I do like the I don't love these clips. I bought these because my previous ones finally broke, and I just needed clips 2 days before my next stream. They're inexpensive. You use whatever you need to use, right? Some people use X-Acto knives to cut everything out, which I think is unnecessary, and they really get it fine in there. I'm not worried about that as much. All right, so OADs, original animation digital, is basically OVAs. They are, in this case, for that time I got Reincarnated as Slime. Some of them have come out with they have come out with the Blu-ray collections, and a couple of them have come out with manga box sets, like Volume 17 of the manga. Oh, hi, Silver Streak. I'm gonna send you a message after the stream ends. I was gonna send you a whisper in case you weren't here. You won 2 Lego sets that I built on stream in my monthly giveaway. I give away usually Lego sets and model kits I've built in the past. I give away at the end of every month to a subscriber, and you were this month's winner. So I'm going to send you a message, and then I can send you the Lego hover tank and the Lego A-Wing, which are both Star Wars kits. Well, all right. So Silver Streak just gifted. So everyone, please hit the emotes in there. Thank you very much, Silver Streak, for doing that. That's rad. Astra, welcome as a gift sub, and BCX, welcome. Enjoy. But yeah, Silver Streak, I'll send you a message once the stream is over. John throws in some bits. That's always nice. Thank you. Bits and coins are always appreciated. Thank you very much for that. Always appreciate bits and coins. And yeah, thank you so much for that. All right, we're going to work on our arms here while I talk about this. So, this is the third of the That Time I Got Reincarnated as a Slime OADs, the bonuses. Harold also cheers. A hype train is happening. Thank you so much. Yeah, Silver Streak, they're already assembled because, like I said, I built them on stream, but all the pieces are there. They're already built. I mean, they might sometimes have to take apart like a piece to put in the thing. So you can just fully disassemble them and rebuild them yourselves because I bring you the instructions. You get everything that goes with it. So yeah, enjoy. Now you've got a project. But yeah, and thank you very much, Harold, for throwing in those bits as well. But yeah, we hit the hype train. I don't know, whatever. Thank you, everybody. So, That Time I Got Reincarnated as a Slime. The show is very good. Does it feel like it shouldn't have been a double-length season? And maybe the second little mini story about the kids is kind of tacked on and unnecessary and maybe should have been the start of season 2? Yes. But is it a cool isekai with a main character and somehow the least boobery and the least sexually gross show? Yes. Except OAD 1 and OAD 2 are garbage. They are garbage town. One is literally a dream sequence, and we know it's a dream sequence the whole time, and it's just bad. And then the other one is like, Silver Streak has to go. Okay. Well, thank you very much, Silver Streak. Enjoy your modding, and thanks for coming into the channel. I appreciate it. Yeah, I'll be sending you a whisper once the stream is over. Thank you very much. So as I said, it's bad. It is some of the worst, least fun OVAs I've ever seen. The OADs 1 and 2. One is like, it's not a beach episode. It's a lake episode, and it's just an excuse for people in bikinis. One is a sumo wrestling thing that really is just an excuse for people to smack butts. It's not good. It's very not good. I would say it is the least good parts of what is altogether a very good show, which is That Time I Got Reincarnated as a Slime. The third one is great. It's a 2-parter, I guess. In July we're going to get the 4th part. So that's a bit of a shame, but it feels like another episode of the show. It's full length, and it is exploring it is part of the classroom arc before he leaves his students after they have been given their spirits. It's setting up what the second episode is going to be. It's a chance for the kids feel very underutilized in the show because they are just part of the second story. And there's a really fun moment where, Rimuru has been away from, his country and his town while he goes off to help these kids out. and he appears back in there to get armor and weapons for them for this like challenge they're going to be taking part of, this competition. And the entire town just shows up so psyched because their boss and hero is back, and then they're like so bummed that he's not staying for that long. But it's just really fun because like the whole town comes out and everyone's just like, looking good, dude, and oh hell yeah, oh you're back and we're so happy, and it's just like really fun. And then when they find out that he's not staying for that long, like one of them faints and like everyone's just real bummed, and it was just a nice touch. It was like a nice little bit of business in the episode. Um, as I said, it is it's on Crunchyroll. If you want to watch it, if you liked the show, and I do recommend it. That time I got Reincarnated as a Slime is a good isekai and a fun show. So I do recommend it, and I do think that like the OADs are pretty good. Lashbrook says the P Bandai kit I'm most looking forward to is this one, the Vangal. Oh yeah, I mean that. It's a beautiful purple mobile suit. It's beautiful. The colors are so nice. That's a kit that I'll buy. I mean, I will buy that at a convention in the future. I probably won't buy it through the website. I don't think I can pick up any of these right now. But that is, you are not wrong. That is a beautiful. Oh, I got a hype train thing. John says for the longest time I thought that was some sort of rule that anime has a beach episode. So, John, a lot of it is. Yeah, I got the hype train thing. So a lot of it is like it's a bonus. Like I said, this episode, the lake episode is a bonus thing. It's not part of the main story. It's a lot of shows do an onsen. They do a beach episode because it's fan service, and it's not certainly required, but it is commonplace. And some handle it well. The onsen and snow stuff that happens in the OVA for New Girl is fine. It's totally fine and totally approachable and not creepy. And there is a very fun moment with a little snowman that Alba takes to the into the sauna, which I think is really fun. It is possible, but most of the time they are exploitative and not great. In a thing that's already very exploitative and not great in many instances. Okay, so that was the only new thing. All of my Sunday and Monday anime is over. And there has been nothing new for me to watch on Sunday or Monday. So, what did I end up doing? Well, I hit random on Crunchyroll. I've been hitting random on Crunchyroll and just watching whatever comes up. That has been kind of the choice right now. So I did that. I hit random on Crunchyroll, and what came up is World Trigger. Now, you may have seen clips of this. This was a shonen that came out in 2014 and didn't do great. It still had 70-something episodes, but the company that was doing the dub of it in the U.S. stopped doing the dub. They just like gave up after 40-something episodes. They were like, this is not a hit. It was always a decent enough manga up until the mangaka fell ill and stopped making it. So it always did pretty well in Japan, but it never took off internationally. And it's an interesting show. I would classify it as interesting. You've got a young dude who is trying to make his way in the world to fight the neighbors, which is what they call these alien races that have come in. Some look humanoid, some don't look humanoid, but they are invaders. They are here to cause trouble and to kill people, and it's bad. Except he knows a neighbor who is a cool dude. He's overpowered and great and dealing with a lot of stuff, but like overall, like a great little guy. And he's got a cool friend. And what sets us apart from other shonen is our dude sucks. Glasses Boy, he doesn't suck. He's just he's not overpowered. He's smart, but not super smart. He's mostly just a good dude who's trying his damnedest. He's trying his fucking best, but he's like making people better by being around them and being like there for them. But at no point is he ever like at an advantage. Even with a very overpowered friend, both overpowered because Chica, his other friend, turns out she's an excellent sniper. Um, but she like has never shot at people. She's there to try to figure out what happened to her brother. So there's a cool little plot, a lot of fun characters, some real cool. Like all the supporting characters are very cool. Um, I will say that it starts off. I've watched a lot of it. Um, it starts off and you're like, cool. They're going to be soldiers. They're going to get trained. They're going to fight these neighbors. But their training is what most of the show is, and most of the show is them training to get to be like good at at what they're doing. So it's a lot of mock battles. There's a lot of tournaments. It's mostly a tournament anime. There's a lot I've missed out on, a lot of skipping over. Um, I will say, in general, World Trigger is pretty cool and is apparently coming back in 2021. The anime is going to continue. So I guess the manga had done well enough until the mangaka did fall ill, and so it stopped for a while. But I guess it's coming back, and that's cool. Because I like it. I don't really have a lot to say about it other than like, yeah, I like that show. I'm glad there's gonna be more of it. I don't know if I would say World Trigger is the show that you should definitely go out and watch. I enjoyed it. I hadn't watched it in a while, and it was nice to see it come up on random, and so I'm happy I checked it out. Now, a show that I definitely would recommend you just go and watch a bunch of is, hey y'all, let's just talk about comfort anime. And today's comfort anime is Dragon Ball. I've just turned on I just watched a bunch of random ass episodes, just whatever hit my fancy, watched scenes, watched some things, dealt with a lot of the same fucking ads on Hulu that I'm tired of watching, but whatever, because I want to watch Goku do stuff. I want to watch some I want to watch, you know what I watched? I watched, Tien kick the ever living crap out of, Teo Pai Pai. Just beat the shit out of that. Like, realized he was going to beat the shit out of him. Told him, hey, just so you know, you helped train me, but I am way stronger than you. And when that dude pulled out a knife out of his wrist, oh man, Tia just beat the shit out of him. He stopped a blast with a karate yell. Classic Dragon Ball, a lot of fun. Master Roshi's a problem. Well, yeah, that's the thing, John. So I wouldn't say, like, watch an arc. I would say watch a random-ass episode. I think the tournament is mostly totally watchable. But, yeah, there's a lot. Look, it is it's an ecchi little action show that becomes a fighting anime, but it doesn't start as a fighting anime. So there's a lot of inappropriate shit. But, yeah, just watching like tournament stuff. What Teen Gohan or Goku, I should say. The Wolf Fang Fist. Hell yeah, yeah. Well, John. Yeah, yeah. Look, here's the thing, right? The idea that Yamcha was like basically like as good, if not slightly better than Goku. Like he's the first guy that Goku ever had trouble with. And it was great because his fatal flaw was just that he was like nervous around women. And it was a fun fatal flaw. His fatal flaw was just like he definitely whooped Goku's ass and would have kept whooping his ass, but then he was just like, a very attractive lady. Oh no, I gotta get the fuck out of here. And it's fun. It was a fun bit of business. Always, I look, I watched that episode. I watched the episode because it's around the same arc where we find out the mysterious female fighter is Chi-Chi. And she's just pissed because Goku said he would marry her uh, someday, and then he never came back. Now, Goku has been hanging out with Master Roshi, and I believe the Ox King knows where Master Roshi is. So they definitely could have, like, found out what's up. They could have been like, hey, where's Goku at? He said he would marry my daughter at some point, apparently. This seems weird. We should talk about this. But they didn't do it. It was great. I would love to see an alternate universe where Yamcha was able to keep up with the Saiyans. I mean, like, when, because you look at Dragon Ball, Goku and Tien and Yamcha and Krillin are like, yeah, obviously Goku is always going to get better and always going to be tougher, but like those dudes are all like pretty power level, like around the same like ability. Like some just have more training than others, some have more skill than others. Like it's still pretty even. It's just they got a long way to go. Uh, it's total comfort. Uh, Lastberg says they did that. It was an isekai? What? Is there a Yamcha isekai? This is news to me. I'm unaware of this. That is real weird. Wow. Okay. Huh. Well, all right. Well, that sounds real weird. I'm gonna have to look that up. Uh, but yeah, I mean, like, it's just everything. Like the song is so fun. Uh, Watching random ass shit happen in that show is just so enjoyable. It's just so enjoyable. I just have a great time with old Dragon Ball. I've been watching it on Hulu, like I said, and just having a good time with it. It's a Viz. Dragon Ball. Oh, okay. You can read the first two chapters. Dragon Ball. That time I got reincarnated as Yamcha. So it's just what the. Oh, that is a good name. There's a shonen jump thing. Yeah, that's a good name. Uh, that's a pretty good bad. It's a bad name, but also a very good bad name. All right. Well, I might have to check that out because that sounds pretty nonsensical in a way that I'm very into. Um, but yeah, I mean, like, I don't have anything big to say about Dragon Ball other than I wanted very much to watch some old school Dragon Ball, and it's on Hulu. And so I watched some old school Dragon Ball on Hulu, and I had a great time with it. I was just clicking around, watching random episodes, seeing Goku beat stuff up, beat people up, do amazing things, have some fun, be silly. Krillin out there with no nose, being a little weird guy, doing his thing. Uh, yeah, Master Roshi as Jackie Chung, just hanging out, pretending to be someone he's not. Evil, Chaozu, evil, dumb Chaozu. Dragon Ball shit. It's just fun. It's fun to watch some old Dragon Ball. I don't know, comfort anime, right? Like I already watch Flying Witch too much. I have seen that show a bunch. So I was like, what if I watch something that is not Flying Witch? So, because like I said, I'm already all about it and love it very, very much. So I wanted to watch something else different. I need to rewatch Dragon Ball. Yeah, I mean, it's a good time. Uh, there's certainly parts of Dragon Ball that I never watched with an official translation. Some of the later stuff that it was kind of nice to go back to uh, years later and watch all again. Um, or I'd only seen it dubbed, so it's kind of fun to watch it subtitled. Let's see. One thing I look. Do I still love Laid Back Camp? Of course, I still fucking love Laid Back Camp, and I want to watch Laid Back Camp. But anime that involves outdoors is I only can watch so much of it before I'm like, oh man, remember the outdoors, and then I don't want to watch it. So, also like it's fun to watch some action stuff. Like, um, I am putting together like I know that my next Pat Bear's Anime Club is going to be like, what am I watching, in the new season? But the next one after that, which will be a month away, is um, is going to be like my favorite anime with a lot of episodes. I'm writing it down. But that's the thing that I think that's going to be a fun thing to be able like, yeah. Uh oh, Solf, that fucking sucks. DoorDash driver pulled up, marked delivered, then drove off. And didn't like leave it in the driveway, it's not hidden somewhere. Oh, I'm so sorry. Uh I hope that they just that they put it somewhere and you haven't seen it yet. But that fucking sucks. Nobody needs that shit, especially and nobody needs one. Uh that fucking sucks. I'm so sorry. Good night, Harold. Thanks for being here. See you soon, my friend. Solf, I'm so sorry about that. That sucks ass, and I wish that there was more that could be done. Uh, it always sucks no matter what, but particularly now, where like, one, you're like trying to support local businesses, and two, you're trying to like, feed yourself in a time where that is difficult for people to get done. And like, you also like, we all want to like champion the people who are like putting, that are essential by being delivery folks and doing that work and putting themselves out there, and how a lot of the apps aren't letting you or are like auto tipping and people aren't tipping uh, delivery drivers, and there's nothing, because they're just like, because the instructions are just leave the food and get out of there, and so there are people who aren't tipping delivery folks, which fucking sucks ass. Um, so like I totally, that is infuriating. That you are the one put out, and there's nothing you really do about it. Ah, that fucking sucks. I'm so sorry about that. And it's a thing where it's like, it's not the restaurant you ordered from's fault, but and you're like, you're just out that money. Ugh. That's a shame. I'm sorry. Um, I bought pizza rolls. I'm gonna eat some pizza rolls tonight because I want to have some pizza rolls. So that's coming for me. That's the thing that's gonna happen with me, Pat Bear, is that it is almost pizza roll time. Uh, my preferred pizza roll method is in a pan in some cooking oil, be it olive oil or peanut oil. Now, I don't actually have a lot of oil right now, and that was the thing that I didn't want to get while I was chopping. So I will most likely microwave, uh, which is my not my preferred method for pizza rolls. I prefer the I love me some soft ass microwave pizza rolls. It says Slowbird. Slowbird. I don't mind them. I don't mind it, but I do prefer my pizza rolls to be made, to be heated up in a pan in oil. Uh, Solf, I agree with you. Right now, I do not have. I have a working stovetop. I do not have a working oven, unfortunately. That is an issue. My oven, the oven portion of my stove, does not work, which is a fucking bummer. Um, so yeah, so my preferred method would be in a pan, but I don't really have a lot of oil left, and I'd like to keep it for cooking up stuff. So I think I'm gonna do. What I'm probably gonna do is what I'm probably gonna do is microwave them, heat them up in a microwave, and then just use Pam, which is not enough to like to cook them for a while. Just use Pam and then put them in there to just kind of brown them for like a second, just like really crisp up the outside because the inside will already be cooked through in the microwave, and then the outside will get a nice like heat blast and get a little burnt, not burnt, but a little cooked through, a little color. So that's currently what I'm planning is the two-stage attack instead of just doing them all in a pan. Uh, I'm actually in humble. Here's a humble brag for y'all. Here's a humble brag from me to you. Uh, Coming back from they kind of barely say my name. I humble brag about my preferred Totino's pizza roll method in the sponsored by Totino's episode of My Brother and Me, where I wrote in about my preferred cooking method, and they just call it like, oh, this isn't really a question so much as just you talking about how you cook pizza rolls. And I was always very happy to be included on that show for that. My pizza roll method. So E1 15. Working on our feet right now. It'll be leg day on Thursday, which will be our next build stream. Right now we're just working on it's just feet day. We'll get some feet going here. But yeah, I'm looking forward to pizza roll assembly and cooking while I upload this video. As always, as of late, always I should say, we will end this stream by I will raid somebody who is streaming, so I'll see what's going on there because that's always fun to just see who's out there and doing their thing, and that way we can support another streamer. Sometimes we raid people who have a lot of folks already watching, and then sometimes we'll raid people, and it is just somebody small like me. But I know not only does it help other streamers who are looking for support or looking for just people to hang out in the chat, but also I know that y'all are looking for stuff to watch and hang out and do, especially West Coast folks, to get a whole night ahead of you. So if I can give you a little bit of entertainment, I'm always happy to do that. Maybe I'll introduce you to your new favorite stream or a streamer you like. And we've only had one time where we went on and watched somebody who was just about to wrap up streaming. Occasionally, that does happen. I've also been raided before where like 5 or 6 people like raided. And I'm like, cool. I'm literally wrapping up. That happens. Certainly not the end of the world. All right, so we need F2 and some E and some E. That's Now I have that Dragon Ball theme in my head. Dragon Ball Z. Let's see. So new anime is coming, folks. It is right around the bend. The spring season begins very shortly. Wednesday, we will have some new shows. Tower of God is something I'll be checking out. I'll be checking out The Eighth Son. These are things that I'll be checking. Like, obviously, tomorrow I'll watch Black Clover, and Thursday I'll watch the last episode of Infinite Dendogram because I want to finish up that series. It would be odd if I had watched 12 episodes and not the 13th episode of a show that even though I haven't loved it. Uh, yeah, there's a few other ones I'm definitely going to check out. I don't know if I'm going to watch Wave Listen to Me. It doesn't really pique my interest. Um, I might check it out. My Life is a Villainous. Certainly going to be watching that. Uh, I don't know if anyone is picking up Gal, but I want to watch it. I hope someone picks up Gal to Kyoryu, the idea of a cool lady with a pet dinosaur. It seems neat as hell. I hope someone picked that up. I don't know if they did. With all this staying indoors, I've ordered a few more Gundam kits to go with my heavy arms. Heck yeah, John! I'm glad you enjoyed it. Good luck with those kits. Always take your time with it. But yeah, um, that's awesome. Believe me. I mean, I enjoy streaming because I enjoy talking with y'all folks and doing this stuff. But also a big part of model kit building for me is just that like I love the process. I love the finished product. I love figuring things out and seeing new gimmicks and putting things all together. Like you know, at 9 p.m. Eastern time tonight, it's now 10:46 p.m. Eastern. So an hour and change ago, 40 something minutes ago, because we started a little late as always. I had none of a kit done. It was just a box, and now we have half a kit done. Like we got a lot done already. It's already a great looking kit. We still have to, legs and waist and weapons and such, backpack and all that. So we still have some time to do. But like we got a lot done, and it looks fucking rad, and I'm really happy with that. Master grade took me like 6 hours to complete. Yeah, yeah, John, I would say that a master grade, a 1/100 scale master grade, 6 hours seems about right. Some kits are more complex than others. Some master grades are more difficult. The Barbatos that I built this year, that's a master grade. That's a very detailed master grade, and that was a lot of work. Um, this master grade's pretty straightforward. There are a few right now, if there's anything weird, it hasn't come up. Sometimes the chests are going to be weird, especially in the Iron Blood Orphans category. Some of those can be a little tricky. But yeah, I think that's like sometimes you get the rhythm, especially when you know what a kit, like a kit from the Gundam Wing era. I know how to build those. I know how those are assembled. I know how they come together. I know what they look like when they're done. Uh, because I've built a lot of them. So like I understand the framework, which is basically the same because they're, the nice thing about that other than the Epion, which is still based on the Wing Zero, but all those kits are theoretically based on the same Gundam, so a lot of the legs are the same and the joints are all the same because they are all based on one kit, in storyline. All right, leg is done. Pretty loose. All right, one leg done. We'll build the other leg. But yeah, if you build a lot of kits of a certain show, you start to understand, especially ones that came out around the same time, you start to understand how those kits go together. The wastes of the Iron Blood Orphans kits, like that weird hunched over demon like quality to them, took me a little time to get used to. But once I got used to it, okay, so I think I assembled this. Something's weird with this assembly because if you look, one of these is this one is off. So I'm gonna take the time to figure out what I did weird with this. I think I actually just need to I'm going to pull my tools out here. Um, I believe that I didn't seat the the connector here, fully in. Uh, so I'm going to try to pop this off here without breaking anything. Uh, so I'm just using some tools that I got. This is an iFixit kit. These are meant for smartphones, but I find they're a lot easier to use. Using a heavy plastic to separate plastic pieces feels a lot better to do than using metal tools or very thin metal tools. Okay, so my assumption is that I didn't put this in forward enough. So I think if I do that, yep, that's right. Yep, that was better. Okay, that was an easy fix. I just didn't put this in correctly the first time. And that is the nice thing about doing things that are like that are symmetrical, is when you've done the first one, the second one always feels a little easier. When I get in here to start building my legs, which will be the next thing, the other leg is going to be easy to build because I've already built it once. We do have some components that we can all do at the same time. We'll get a little bit of that done, but I'm not going to do too much of it before we wrap up the stream. I'll just get a little bit of our legs done. Actually, you know what? No, I will. We will wait there. So, what do we got? Because we still have to do. We do have a little bit of our wire here. It's not a Zaku if it doesn't have beads and some weird wire hoses to put together. So we will have that to do. But yeah, we got the upper body done here. We got the feet done. We'll have more work to do here on Thursday, obviously, when it comes to build time. But we got a lot done with the kit. And what are we going to do next? Well, we are going to raid another stream. And so I'm going to right now find someone for us to raid so that we can go and watch them do their thing. Because that is a cool thing that we can do. And that when we're supporting, and then folks that are like not done watching streams, having someone to watch. Let's see. Let's go. We're gonna go raid Mary Kish. She is playing. I'm gonna wait for this ad to go before we get in there. She's playing Half-Life Alyx. So if people wanna, see her play, I like watching live streams of people who are doing VR. I think it's a fun thing. I believe that is where Silverstreak is right now, is modding that chat. So I'm waiting for this ad to end, but that's what we're going to do. We're going to raid Mary. Mary rules. If you don't know Mary Kish, she is rad as hell, formerly of GameSpot, and then now of Twitch. She's a Twitch employee. And we'll go give her a raid in a second. Yeah, she's playing Alyx, and you can see her play, which is fun. She's got the double camera thing going. So we're gonna do that. Thanks so much for hanging out, everybody. My next build stream is this Thursday, 9 p.m. Eastern. It'll be leg day. We'll work on the legs and the waist and the weapons. My next stream, though, I have another stream coming up on Wednesday. Wednesday, 8 p.m. Eastern. Jackbox with you. If you want to play Jackbox, come play Jackbox. We're gonna go raid Mary. Right now, we're going to wait for some people to get ready to do that, and then we'll go do a raid. But yeah, Jackbox stuff is this Wednesday at 8 p.m. I would love to Jackbox with you. I got a bunch of them, and it's going to be a good time. Thank you so much, and have a great night. Good night.